Hey, Cheyenne.
Hi, Cheyenne.
So we just wanted to come on and do a live and chit chat with you guys. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've done a live for our whole online community, and so we want to just come on and just do a ask me anything type of thing, and just kind of go from there. So you guys can ask us any type of questions, and who knows where this will go, man. Just like all our lives. So GT asked, when is the conversion process? Um,
So we're in a process right now, but maybe you're meaning when does the process like end? And that is the question that everybody wants to know, and we don't even ever know. But we feel like we're very close to um, getting to the end of it. But if again, it's always in Hashem's timing. So
yep.
we're just patient. We're just patient.
Patiently waiting.
Yeah. But it's been 2 years since we've been in the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
As of this month, April, about to be in May. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going fast. So we feel like we're at the end. Um, we
I
feel like
answered it.
we
Yeah.
feel like we're at the end of it. But again, who knows? We try not to have these expectations, right? These expectations on like, okay, well, we're gonna have one more meeting, and then that's it. So that's not how it works, because you can have these
Mhm.
ideas that, oh, well, it's only one more meeting, and then you go to the Beit Din, and then they're like, okay, we'll come back in 4 months.
Mhm.
So it just depends. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's process is different. Like we have 5 kids, and so a lot of times when families go through a conversion process, there's a lot of different moving parts and
Mhm.
dynamics. What are those moving parts? Schools, yeah, schools, and the ages, right? I mean, we have a very kind of broad range of kids. Um, so like we have little kids. We have a 4, a 2, and a 1-year old. So that's a different dynamic. And then we have 2 teenagers, so that's a bigger dynamic, because our teenagers, they have
Mhm.
they have the options to choose not to go down this road. So they really, really want to make sure that they're all in.
Yeah, because at
Yeah.
bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah age, which is like the 12 and 13, they have the right to decide what they want. And obviously, if our kids didn't want that, then we wouldn't be going through the process because that just brings separation to a family.
Yeah.
So we're very fortunate that our kids are very excited about this journey in Judaism
Yeah.
and they're totally on board. But, they just want to see how are they acclimating to the community, to
Yep.
schools. That's really it. and
Yeah.
and and most of the time, we hear a lot of people have opinions on a process of, some people are like, it shouldn't even be that long, it shouldn't take that long. But me and Ladero, we actually kind of appreciate the process because it allows us to really learn and make sure that we are understanding everything, because we get a second chance. This is like we get a second neshama, and
What is a neshama?
it is your soul. And so for us, it's like, wow, we get a second chance at life, and we just want to make sure that we know what we're doing, that
Yep.
we're not transgressing, right? Especially when it comes to Shabbat is like a never ending learning process.
Yeah.
So we just want to make sure that we're taking our time. We're okay with that. We know that in due timing it's going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. SB, I think we already hit that.
Yeah.
How long has your
2 years.
conversion process been? So for those who may not have heard it, people are constantly coming in. So it's been uh, pretty much exactly 2 years so far.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Next question
Is
was.
it hard for blacks to convert? What's up, RJ? Thank you for asking. These are great questions. Um, I would have to say it really just depends. It depends on 2 things. It depends on, well, first of all, I'll say this: it should not be any. There should not be any difficulties with people of color converting to Judaism.
Mhm.
Right now, I'll go back. when I say two things, it depends on who that individual is, because sometimes a certain individual can create stumbling blocks for themselves,
Mhm.
right? By certain attitudes, certain responses when they are sitting in front of the Beit Din. The Beit Din is basically it's three men. That's your Jewish court, right? And so so how are we acting, while we're sitting through through those conversations, and then also it also depends on, I would say it can depend on the community that person is in. It depends on it could depend on a lot of factors that will create challenges for a Jew, somebody that's of color converting,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, I agree with everything that he said. It's, I know for us personally, we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it, like you said, it's mostly the individual. If we could be 100% honest, obviously coming into Judaism, it's a whole new world, right? So it's so much to learn. It's a new culture of people, just everything. And so I think sometimes, especially when it comes to like African Americans that are converting, sometimes it can be intimidating, and sometimes we can look at things from our point of view and assume and think things, and that's not like the case.
Yeah.
Because I know like we were intimidated our first time of going into like a Judaic store. We were like, we've never been in here. Like, but
Yeah.
anything that's new to anybody will be intimidating,
Right.
right? So, but your perspective has to change. Like our
Yeah.
perspective had to change. And when we got in there, it was so welcoming and loving. Okay, what are you guys looking for? Can I help you with,
Yeah.
it wasn't anything of like, who are you? Like, why are you in our store? It wasn't anything like that. So,
Yeah. I think, I think a lot of feelings that people have when they convert, and I'll maybe just speak to maybe the African American community. I think it's a lot of times we have these tough times is because sometimes we create the tough times within our mind. I think it's all like internal
mhm.
battles. What are they going
Yeah,
to think? Like, are they looking at me?
yeah.
Right? Oh, I'm not welcome. Why are they better than me? Why do I have to, and so, I think those are some of the challenges that people of color may experience as well. It's all internal.
Mhm.
A lot of it. That's sometimes it is external. Sometimes
Yeah.
there are actual situations.
Mhm.
I don't want to downplay that. But I think sometimes, like she said, I remember going into the Judaic store
Yeah.
back in the Valley in California. We had those internal challenges. We went in and they were like, it was all love. So it was beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next question. Hi, Sarah. I admire
Hi,
you
Sarah.
guys so much. Keep it the positivity. Thank you. Thank you for showing people the beauty of Judaism and doing a wonderful way of representing.
Oh, thank you.
Messages like that really, really, it warms our hearts.
It does.
It's our pleasure.
It does. Because, we're on this journey. We're still learning. And, sometimes we can get comments that are not so nice and people, saying certain things. And it's like, we're still learning. And for Ladero and I, we just really wanted to share our journey because when we started out, we were looking for things like this of like ways to connect and to figure out, certain questions that we had, and we couldn't find a lot. I mean, yes, there's great
Right.
YouTube videos and things on there, but particularly specifically what we were looking for. And so we came to the point of, and other people actually asking, like, you guys should document, your journey and share it with everybody. And,
Yeah.
people would love to see that. And so we literally put ourselves out there, and putting yourself out there is not always easy.
Right.
But we really thank you guys, the community, for showing us so much love and respect. We get more love and respect than negativity, and we always look at the positivity
That's right.
more than the negative. So thank you.
Hey, so I just side note, I just pushed my chair back and it was a little bit better. So maybe you want to scoot your chair
Yeah.
back?
You're so sweet. You always try to help me.
Yeah. My wife
Okay.
got the belly.
Yeah,
So. Is that better?
that is better.
All right, cool. All right, let's move it on. And
Yeah.
I read that at this point they're just making sure to see y'all are consistent, but of course everything isn't always how it is in the books. Correct.
That's exactly right.
They do. that's a big thing when going through a conversion process, is that like the reason that it's long, a lot of times they really want to see if you're all in,
Yeah.
right? It's
That's
this is a big,
all of
yeah, that's all of it.
it.
Like this is a big life commitment.
Yeah.
This isn't just a one-time thing. Let me just check out this Judaism. Like the process is to kind of check it out, right?
Yeah.
That's why you just don't go to one meeting and then that's it.
Hmm.
Then they say, all right, let's go into the mikvah now. Right? You good? You ready to go? No, it's not. You gotta. They need to see that you're all in this thing, and
You have an understanding.
you have an understanding, but I also think you need to see that you're committed,
Hmm.
right? Like the process is for us. It's for us to really get an idea. Okay, what is it like to live a Jewish life, right? That's why part of that process is moving into a Jewish community. That's a big thing. They want to make sure. First of all, are you committed? One way to show that you're pretty committed
Move to a
is to
community.
uproot from where you currently are if you're not in a Jewish community, and then you move into a Jewish community. And that's what we did. We moved almost 2 hours away where we were.
Oh, that was 2 hours away.
Yeah, definitely 2 hours.
That was
And
definitely 2 hours.
we just uprooted, and we didn't really think about it a lot. It was just like, this is what we wanted to do.
We were actually very excited about moving. We were like, finally, like we were
Yeah,
anticipating because we were like, we were waiting for our lease to be up in our old place, and we were like, we can't just break it. And so it was like 8 months of like having to not be in a community, but know that that's the community we're going to be in.
right.
And yeah, it's a lot of commitments, and there's things that you will face on this journey to make sure that can you handle it? Like,
Yeah,
can you handle everything? So we appreciate it. We really do.
it's great.
Hmm.
Wow, thank you, Cheyenne. Cheyenne has been she's been supporting our journey and kind
Yeah.
of rocking with us like since the very
Yeah.
beginnings, right? She's also a part of our Team Elevate, which is our membership community, and she's a big part in our community. So thank you
Yeah.
for being
Thank you,
awesome.
Cheyenne.
Let's see. Okay, let's go here. Shalom. What are your emotional
Shalom.
feelings about your conversion?
Hmm.
Uh,
It's a lot.
I'll say this. What is that's my those are my emotional feelings about the process. And what I mean by that, you have all kinds of emotions. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna cry. There's gonna be times where things are tough. You think about this. You are leaving your like an old life. You're leaving your old life and you're becoming this brand new person. And it's
Hmm.
not easy. That's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
um you have feelings of family. Okay, what is my family going to think if I leave my former religious beliefs and I now start adopting a different belief system? What is my family going to think, and how do I deal with it? And then once they do know that this is the route that I want to take, like, how do I deal with it now?
Hmm.
And so you have all these different things. Then when you're actually like in the Jewish lifestyle of it,
Hmm.
like waking up in the morning to pray and to dive and getting in the flow of that. Some people, that's not an issue, right? But for me, I mean, it's not hard praying 3 times a day, but I have to break old habits to make sure that I'm prioritizing this in my life. And so sometimes habits are not easy to break. And so but then you have these beautiful euphoric moments to where you find certain things about within Judaism that just warms your heart and you just love it. Like you find a mitzvah, you find a commandment that you just fall in love with, and you're just like, oh, I love this part of it. So that's why I said it's like a roller coaster.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I mean, I agree 100% what he said. I don't have really too much to add to that. And
yeah.
yeah, with anything, I feel like you'll have emotions
Yeah.
like a roller coaster.
So again, thank you guys so much for dropping by. We haven't done a live in a long time,
Yeah.
and so we thought it'd be good to just jump on, excuse me, jump on and connect with you guys. And I know there's people constantly coming in, and so I just wanted to say welcome. Thanks for thanks for spending some time with us. And so we like doing Q&As too, because
Yeah.
we don't know where it's going to go. So it's just kind of random and sporadic, so the people that are in the chat right now, um, we didn't hire them to be here, right? They these are people with real questions. So
Mhm.
uh and also just and thank you for subscribing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for supporting our journey, following our journey, being amazing. Thank you for, again, subscribing to our channel, supporting what we do. It means the world to us.
It does.
What do you like most about Judaism?
Hmm.
Go first.
Yeah, there's so much beauty to Judaism. I think for us, well, I say for myself, the main thing that I really loved about Judaism, and I'm not saying that other, religious practices don't have this, but for me personally, from what I've seen, is the structure in Judaism. Um, just a lot of things have, for me, just made a lot of sense. And um, obviously we love the whole part. We talk about Shabbat being one of our favorite things about
Love
Judaism
Shabbat, man.
because it's just that time, right? Like you get to detach from the world and just really focus on, just Hashem and family, and being able to look forward to that family time every single week. And it's not like you don't have family time during the week, but it's such an intentional time. And so that's probably what I love most. And there's just so much beauty. I mean, we can talk for hours of what we love about Judaism and just the beauty of it. There's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so we got a new little setup here. So like little things popping up. So I
So they
like
can see the question
they
and
can see
everything.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they should
beautiful.
be. Y'all should be able to see those.
That's
Right.
great.
So okay. So wait, what is?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
wow.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Thank you.
Thank
Wait a
you.
minute. I got to put that up on the screen. Where are you at?
Thank you for that. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. That looks like Ethiopian writing. Is that like? I'm not sure, but thank you, whoever you are, for that donation. We really, 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 really appreciate that. It
Yeah.
means it means a lot,
Yes.
so
Thank
much. It
you.
means a lot. Thank you. Okay, so let me see. Where are we at?
Right.
Uh, oh wait, no, we got to go up.
You
Oh,
gotta
hey
go.
Armani, that's our friend Armani in there. Okay, so we're gonna go right here.
Yep.
RJ, no disrespect. I seen the Islamic version.
Conversion.
Oh, the Islamic conversion. Sorry. And after that, you get embraced after their oath, aka Shada.
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 Hmm.
No disrespect taken. I seen the Islamic conversion, and after that, you get embraced. Yeah, we're not sure. We're not sure about what goes on in the Islamic traditions. But I know with our experience, it hasn't been a thing of like once you convert, then you get embraced. Like it's been a
Embrace
loving
from day
embrace
one. Yeah.
since day one.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thanks for your question, brother. uh okay, let's see right here. Good evening from Israel.
Hello.
Idan,
Shalom.
that's my friend right there. Idan leaves beautiful messages. His message warms my heart every time I read them. So thank you, brother, for your support, and I'm so happy that you're bringing that Israel
Yes.
love. Thank you.
Because it's like, what, 10 o'clock?
Yep. So there's a
Wow.
12-hour difference from where we are. So cool.
Thank you for
Thank
tuning
you.
in.
Love you, brother. Amani. I said Armani earlier. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
Amani Joseph.
Armani. Yes.
I'm 19, and also yes. So
Wow.
she's converting. I know how hard this can be. I commend you guys and your oldest kids for keeping up with your conversion and all the work along the way. Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing your journey through our journey as well. So like
Yeah.
we appreciate it. Like she'll kind of share in comments different things that she's experienced, and it helps. It helps us
Hmm.
to be able to read how you're overcoming and you're fighting through as well.
Especially at 19
It's
and
amazing.
making this decision. That is amazing. So thank you for just, like he said, commenting, being open even on the comments as well and expressing yourself.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Yes,
May
it's
Hashem
amazing.
continue to bless you on your journey.
That's right. That's right. I love it. Okay. So we're gonna move on. Make sure I don't get lost.
So we were at, I'm like right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Okay.
Boom. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Shandy.
Hello.
That's our friend too.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Melissa. Hi, Melissa. I am looking to convert and I'm having trouble finding a rabbi to convert me in my community.
Mm.
That has been a challenge that we've seen, through for a lot of people. And again, not everybody has, these challenges, and so this is a perfect example of what we say, how everybody's journey is different,
Yeah.
um I would say, I mean, there's no easy answer. There's no easy answer for this. um I mean, definitely don't stop, like keep going, and keep searching. But I know this isn't what a lot of people want to hear, or maybe this isn't like the most easiest option is to find a new community.
I was just gonna say
you know
sometimes that's Hashem's way of telling you
yeah,
need to, because where we were, we had a small community, but it wasn't a community enough for a convert
yeah,
to really grow and thrive in. And so sometimes that's Hashem's way of saying, like, it's time to uproot. Maybe
yeah,
there's somewhere else that he really wants you placed at, and you have to go with things. Even for us, like the way we even found our community was nothing but Hashem just like guiding us. And so
yeah,
you have to look at the good in all of it, not look at it from a negative perspective.
yeah.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, everything is from Hashem. So it's not
Everything.
it's not the rabbis just denying you. It's things that Hashem's allowing to happen.
Yeah. Listen, she said the key point. Everything is from God. Like, God works, like he orchestrates everything. Why do we have challenges and obstacles? Right? Because he wants us to have challenges and obstacles, but to bring us closer. We have challenges and obstacles in our lives to create will, to create desire, for us to be able to pursue whatever that thing is that we're pursuing. That's
Mm-hmm.
why a lot of times he will put different things in front of us, to really, really build and create more of a want, more of a hunger for that thing that we're fighting for. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get discouraged. Look at it like this. First of all, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. But also look at it like this. Take it as a badge of honor that you have obstacles. So whenever there's an obstacle in front of you, just look at it and say, "Wow, okay, thank you, Hashem." Right? That's all we can say. Thank you, Hashem, for this. The fact that you're putting something in front of me shows me that, first of all, the fact that you put it there, that means that I'm pre-qualified to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
That, right? So he put it there. That means that he knows that you're already strong enough to be able to overcome it. When you have these big, big, heavy things in your lives, I'm like, wow, like that. This means that God really thinks highly of me,
Mm-hmm.
because He's not giving me a little tiny barrier to climb.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving me something very tough and very challenging, right? And so just take it as a badge of honor and just keep going. Like she said, maybe you have to research. Maybe it's take a little bit longer. It's okay, but maybe you have to find another community at this point.
Yeah. Just like we mentioned earlier, like we had to uproot our whole family. Like we could have chose to say, hey, we're very comfortable where we're at. I don't know, maybe we should wait.
Yeah,
Right. So it's a lot of things that you have to kind of do sometimes when you really want it.
yeah, yeah. So, where do you live in the States? Are there any Israeli Jews living in your area besides American Jews? Yeah, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we're in Southern California. We're in Orange County, and there are quite a bit of Israeli Jews. Not a lot,
Mm-hmm.
not a whole lot, but there are.
We have, yeah, we do have quite a bit
Yeah.
that, quite a few that come that, but yeah, we have some that actually came from Israel that
Mm-hmm.
now live in the community.
Yep.
And then we have people who go back to Israel. So yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps you, Don. RJ, you're very, very
Mm-hmm.
welcome. Very welcome. Keep pushing, Melissa. That's right. See,
Oh,
listen.
that's
We got the
right.
coolest community.
Yeah.
Our community is just so loving and supporting. I love that. Thank you, Cheyenne, for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, elevating. Oh, you see what she did there? She put the capital LEV.
Oh,
Thank you. Sharing inspiration, high elevating the house of hearts. I love your positive energy. Hold dear to it. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. We will. We're going strong. All right. Having been a Jew who was raised as a Christian, first of all, hi, science nerd. Uh, my Jewishness was hidden from me. Wow.
Wow.
Returning to Judaism was pretty much the same as conversion. That all happened almost 30 years ago. Holy
Wow.
smokes. That's
Wow.
that sounds like a book.
Yeah.
You
That would
know?
be a good book. Yeah.
Wow. Her Jewishness, I'm not, I don't want
Or
to
we
say
don't
her.
know if it's a girl.
I'm sorry. But their Jewishness was hidden. And so returning, so they said return to Judaism was basically the same as conversion. Wow. Wow. I can't even imagine. Beautiful.
Yeah. Because you got
Beautiful.
something that was hidden so long. It's like you almost had to go through a process
Yeah.
and relearn and grow. And
Uh-huh.
wow.
Yeah. Raised as a Christian
Mm.
the whole life, right? So this happened almost 30 years. And oh man. Thank you for
Thanks for
sharing that.
sharing that.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
And so may you continue to be strengthened by your journey.
Mhm.
It's so hard to live in a very Russian community. I call and send emails and nothing. Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah, it's tough over in those parts right now. And we heard about the recent bombing over there in the Ukraine. I think it was the Ukraine. Um, and I'm not sure how far you are from over those areas, but I know there's a lot going on in a lot of the European countries right now. So our prayers are with you guys.
Yeah, Melissa, where are you located, if you don't mind letting us know?
Yeah, right.
Because she could be in a
I
Russian
did
community in
assume
the
that she was in
States.
Russia,
Yeah.
right? So I'm sorry. She probably not. She could
It's
be in
okay.
America. Um,
That's why husbands need
that's why
wives.
I gotta have a wife, man, because she keep right. That's why the wives are the better halves, right? Because here I am just saying something crazy, and
It's
she may
okay.
not
We
even be
come
in Russia,
in.
right? So Melissa, don't be mad. Hopefully we can still be
That's
cool.
just that. Never mind. That's my husband for you.
Oh
But
man.
it's okay.
All right, so let's move it on. GT, what's is keeping Shabbos and Yom Tov difficult while you're in this process? Um, no.
It's not difficult. It's just
No.
always learning. For us, I think there's always something new. I mean, every Shabbat, we're always trying to learn and study more about Shabbat. Um, because it's so much within that, like there's things that you're like, oh, that was actually considered like separating, or this was actually considered muksa,
Right.
or it's so many things that you can always continue to learn and grow. I wouldn't say difficult, it's just more learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
muksa means basically there are items during Shabbat that you don't touch, right? Like things, muksa means basically kind of set aside, and Yom Tov days, just to kind of keep things simple, Yom Tov days are just like Shabbat, right? There's a few slight
Differences.
differences there, but for the most part, a Yom Tov, so it'll be during a festival. So like we have there's a so we just have Pesach, right?
Mhm.
And so
Yeah, Yom Tov
and
days.
so there was like the first two and the last 2 days of that festival is considered a Yom Tov. It's not a Shabbat because Shabbat is only from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday, right? And um so those first 2 days outside of the land of Israel is 2 days in the front, 2 days on the back, and then out in Israel it's only 1 and 1. So one day, first day and then the last day. So just
Yeah.
to keep it simple. Um, okay, let's go
Oh,
here.
wow.
When do you guys do?
No, you didn't go to Melissa.
Oh, I did. Oh,
Because you're assuming they're Russian.
oh,
That she was in Russia.
oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, thanks for letting us know. When do you guys do?
Oh, June. June 22nd
June 22nd.
is the supposed due date. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting close, man. It's about what, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and then
Yeah. About 7 weeks to go.
baby number 6. It trips
Mhm.
us out. Trips us out that we're gonna have 6 beautiful, amazing children. So
Yeah.
we're very, very thankful.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We are.
Science nerd. The most difficult part was learning to think like a Jew.
Yeah. I'm
I,
sure.
I can only imagine, right? You're raised as a Christian, so those are, uh, beliefs that are opposite of each other.
Yeah.
So
We can talk about it. You
yeah,
you were raised as a Christian,
yeah,
so you know exactly,
yeah.
that whole like transitioning thinking and
hmm
everything like that.
Yeah, they said to think like a Jew takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
100%, and which is why we need
A
a
process.
process, and like that's why we're grateful. So we try our best to not to get discouraged or to have anything negative. I mean, we don't have anything negative to say about a process, but we try our best to always find the good about the process. There's so much beauty about taking our time
Mhm.
through this process, right? You got to think differently.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Were there any musics you had to cut off, or any music you had to cut off after deciding to become Jewish? Interesting question. So,
that's that's definitely more so for you.
yeah. Okay. So for my personal journey, there was like I was because I'm an artist, right? So I create music, I make music, I sing, and all these things. And yes, I will be having music come out in the very, very near future, with God's help. I'm excited about it. So learning and coming into Jewish life, my connection to God deepened a lot. And so it's like the more spiritual I would become, the less I would be, or the less I would have a desire to listen to some of the other things that I used to listen to, right? Because I did listen to some hip hop music. I listened to a lot of different pop music. I was in entertainment industries. So it's just kind of, you're just kind of open to a lot of that stuff. And so I noticed that I didn't really have the desire. When I would hear certain things, I would just be like, oh, it really wouldn't sit right with me anymore because I'm changing. And again, this is just a personal, a personal journey. Not everybody's that way. But I was, as I began to change, I desired more spirituality than anything else. And so at this point now, I'm very, very careful, very, very careful with what I choose to listen to. So yeah, so hopefully that helps.
Okay, well, you want to talk about the main thing?
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Okay, so
That was
my
the main one.
so my wife, so she brought up a part, okay, that is tough for me. So it's Kol Isha, right? And so basically the voice of a woman. And so when I heard that was a Jewish thing for men, I wasn't too happy about that. Why? Because some of my favorite singers are women, and so yeah, and so
But once you start to understand, that's why it's important to understand why things like you is nothing in Judaism is like for nothing. That's what
right,
I think is so beautiful too. That there's meaning. There's an understanding. Okay, why don't they listen to a female sing? And
right.
then when you learn about the things that's within that, then it's like that makes so much sense.
Yeah, the sages, the Jewish sages, they were the most wise, the most incredible, knowledgeable, wise human beings. And they had an understanding about things spiritually that the average person, when they would hear it, they would think, okay, it's crazy. So I've come in my personal journey to to accept the words of the sages, and to say, like, okay, if there's something that I don't understand, and if it's coming from the Torah, it's okay. It's something that I have to just learn how to be okay with, but it's ultimately for my good, just to make sure I'm protecting myself, and listening, to women sing. It can have, if you're not careful, right, it can, just naturally speaking, it can have an impact on a man, and so from that standpoint, I definitely get it, right?
Mhm.
But when I first heard about it, I wasn't happy about that, right? So All right, good question. Good question. Let's move on. The Gear's Guide book by Rabbi R.A. Moshe, yes, gives advice for European countries wanting to convert. I believe only certain countries in Europe do conversions.
That's actually really true.
This is a phenomenal book, and I'm so glad you brought this up, Cheyenne. I will post this book. I'll post a picture of it in our community on YouTube, because it's this book is just phenomenal. It does a beautiful job with explaining the process from from beginning all the way to the end, and it's very very informative. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
What kind of feelings and emotions you experience about your conversion? So we talked about that.
They might have not been on
Yeah,
before.
yeah. So just all kinds of emotion, happy emotions, very, just very emotional about different things. Not anything sad or any negative. But just becoming transforming into somebody new. It makes you feel and experience all different types of emotions.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
would actually even say even more so because me and the Daryl were so open about our journey. So
Yeah.
there's lots of emotions that
Oops.
come just with that, not so much of just the conversion, but being open to like the world and
That's
sharing
true.
sharing your experiences. Sometimes you can get people who are just so negative and people who aren't you know coming from a place of like, wow, we're still learning and growing too. Like we're
Yeah.
not perfect, right? Like have that grace, that patience, uh, with us. And sometimes you don't always get that. But we understood that that's what comes with this journey as well.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Hello, Malky.
hi.
God bless you both. Keep you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you. That means a lot. We always love hearing words like that.
More people converting is new to the Orthodox community too. They have been insular for so long.
Mm.
It's I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how new it is. Again, this is a whole new world to us. So maybe somebody that's been maybe that's been raised as a Jew. Maybe you've kind of seen that.
Right.
Now one thing that we can say is that since our journey these past couple of years, there are there are a lot of people returning back home.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of based off of your geographic as well, your area. Maybe
Sure,
you're not
sure.
seeing it as much. Our community is one of the most biggest conversion like areas. Our rabbi just he knows about, he just believes so much in the ger, and uh that's something that he loves to be able to, help people who truly want to go on that journey. So we were very fortunate to find our rabbi, and we see it more often in our community.
Yeah,
So it's a beautiful thing.
yeah, that's right. All right. So let me see. Hey, we doing good.
Hello.
Doing
And
good.
thank you again.
Thank
Isn't
you
that,
again.
yes, thank you.
If you can maybe share a name, that'd be awesome. Thank you. I would love to address you
Yes.
by your name,
We
and
appreciate your
let us know
donation.
what language that is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like the Ethiopian script, which I'm
Mm.
very curious to know. Awesome. What do your oldest kids think about converting?
Yeah. They're just on board with us, and have always been, and um, they appreciate it as well too. And so we were very fortunate to have our kids, be patient on this journey, learning, growing. So yeah, they're excited as well. They
Yeah,
are.
yeah. And so there, we're just making sure that we lead by example.
Hmm.
Number one, it's the biggest thing with older kids is just making sure that we lead by example. And
You don't force anything on them.
absolutely,
Hmm.
because Rabbi Kelmis, a good friend of ours, he told me something that was just it was just life changing. He was like, listen, the best way to teach your kids is just to show them. Why? Because you don't have to worry about coming up with the right words to say. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's just so beautifully said. We don't have to worry about finding what to say. You just do,
Yeah.
right? Kids pay attention to what you do, not what you say.
And we learn that more and more every
Yeah.
day.
So that's it. Thank you, Gregory.
Thank you, Gregory. That means a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you. We just want to serve. We just want to serve God. That's all we want to do.
Yeah.
Do you plan on traveling to Israel?
Yes.
Yes.
Like you
Yes.
don't know the
Please, God,
desire.
soon. Please, God, soon. Let this happen. So I've been to Israel. This maybe 2008, 2009, something like that.
It's
I was
2008.
okay. So I was dancing. So we went on it was like a big dancing tour, and so Israel was one of the places we did a concert. We did a concert in Tel Aviv, um, and then we went up on our off day. We went up to the city of Jerusalem and then exploring. And at this point, I was a Christian, and so but I was still impacted. It was like there's something powerful there. Um, so now that we are on the Jewish journey, that's one of the things that we talk about the most in our household is getting to Israel. So
Yeah.
next summer, with God's help,
Yeah.
is the goal. We want to do a family trip next summer.
Yeah. We want to like literally stay for the whole summer.
Yeah.
So
and
something that we're
and then we
praying
we
about.
have our heart's desire, again, everything, if this is God's will. Excuse me. We would love to make aliyah, at some point of our
Yeah,
life, and live in the land.
that's right.
Will you two do an Orthodox series with the Orthodox Union policy writers to talk about Orthodox Union policy, the process of how? I don't know. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Let's see. What motivated you guys to convert to Judaism? Um,
Yeah.
where we were, right? We were Christian, and we were not connecting. There was a certain point we were asking a lot of questions, couldn't really get answers, and then when we did find the answers did not make sense to us, and those answers for us led us to Judaism.
Hmm.
Right? That's what it did, right? The answers
Yeah.
just started leading us to Judaism. We
And we
um
started studying. So we've actually been learning about Judaism like 6 years now and really just studying. We were studying our own and then finally got to a point where we said we want to go all the way and wanted to convert. And honestly, even through that process of learning, we didn't even know about like conversion. Like how does that even work? And
yeah.
so that's once we learned all of that, that made, us make up our decision of like, okay, wow, well, I want to do this. I want to go all the way. But like you said, we had just so many questions. When we were, I mean, I know I wasn't raised Christian, my husband was. So once I came into that life, I questioned a lot of stuff all the time. And a lot of stuff just never made sense for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. And and there was a time on some of our videos I talk about this as well. One of my cousins reached out to me, and he was like, "Hey, man, I think that there are Jews in America that came from West Africa via transatlantic slave trade." So, right, that was where I started, and so who knows exactly who was on those ships, right? Transatlantic slave trade was basically there was Africans that came from West Africa, they were brought over to the Americas and other particular areas as well, and that was the whole slave trade, and they were in America as slaves, work, yeah. So
mhm.
and so there's a belief that
Some were Jews.
that some were Jews, and I don't want to get too deep into those conversations
Mhm.
because it leads to a lot of controversial
Debates.
topics and debates and all these different types of things. That's not what we're here for.
Mhm.
But I'll say this: I have to start there because um, that's our truth, but here's what it did. We didn't just stay there. We actually continued to learn.
Mhm.
What really got us was the Jewish people. Like we just kept searching more and more and more and more, and then we're questioning our Christianity at that point, and it's leading us down this path to where now we're learning about, okay, who are these Jews? And we fell in love with the Jewish people and their belief system. And here we are
Yeah.
in a nutshell, right? Okay. Let me see. The new setup is great. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Cheyenne.
Thank you. Thank you.
Somebody else said that too. I think it's Starvos.
We appreciate it.
Starvos.
We want to try a little something different. Got a little light situation right here. So yeah, we always want to do things that's gonna make our way to connect with you guys better and better.
Yeah, we just want to make sure the sound was great as well. I mean, this is like, I mean, we use these for our podcast, but we thought this would be awesome because sometimes we hear our sound isn't good when we're doing live. So we just wanted to make sure everything was professional and good.
Yep.
Wow.
Ethiopia from Israel. Yes, nice.
Good
I
job,
knew
babe.
it. I knew it. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Everybody thinks that we're Ethiopian.
Do we look Ethiopian?
Yes, my husband looks 100% Ethiopian. 100%.
No, we get it. We get it a lot.
And our littlest one, our 1-year-old, she looks
very Ethiopian.
very, yes.
Nina, I always look forward to your new videos and learning so much through your journey. Hello from the Netherlands.
Wow. Thank you for tuning in from the Netherlands. We appreciate that so much.
Thank you.
Thank
I've
you.
actually been to the Netherlands and I had a phenomenal time. So
You've been everywhere.
that European tour that I talked about earlier, that was a place that we traveled to. We had a beautiful time.
Yeah.
And amazing people. Right. So thank you. Love a new setup, very professional. Bezrat Hashem. Thank you very much. Starvos is our friend. Thanks for the inspo. For those of us born into Orthodox Judaism, love from Israel.
Thank you.
That means a lot.
That
means a lot. You guys, you guys inspire us. You guys inspire us. You have the greatest gift in the world, and I think the greatest gift in the world is being a Jew. That special connection to the Creator of the universe.
Right? And we just want to magnify that. That's all we want. That's all of our desire is just to magnify the beauty of Judaism. And, one thing that me and Ladero were really learning just about Judaism is that, the Jewish people are very much so a set apart people and that we were not meant to fit in, right? We're not meant to fit in. We're supposed to be the examples. We're supposed to be the light. We're supposed to not, fit into the world. And I think sometimes, that could be a challenge, I know, is wanting to fit in, but you're not supposed to fit in. And I think for me, I personally love that.
Absolutely. Oh, wait, I missed that. We got to highlight that. Janae says she finished her conversion 2 years ago and it was so hard, but so rewarding. It changed my life so much. Love.
Of course.
Now, I look forward to hearing messages like that because that's so encouraging to us.
Yeah.
As well as our other viewers as well who are currently going through the process. It's like, the reward is so great.
But to be honest, we've never heard anybody say, "Oh, this was so easy." Like you're right. I've never heard anybody go through the conversion process and go, "It was so easy." But what I do always hear is what you said is it was so rewarding. Yep. It changed my life. We always hear that. So that's what we look forward to. And we're excited. We really are.
I love it. So big mazel tov to you.
Yes.
And
2 years
ago.
Wow.
We can't wait to be able to look back and be like, wow, 2 years ago we went into the mikvah and we converted.
I'm excited to look back at just the generations that come from us.
Yeah, I know.
It started with our family.
Yeah, we think about that a lot, and it's very powerful for us to know that we're starting a whole different family tree.
Yeah.
And from us and our children, we created just a whole nother line of Jewish families.
Yeah.
And because we don't have any, we do feel that there were maybe some that were maybe some Jews in our family at some point back in the time, but we don't have no way of figuring that out right now. And so that's why we're converting, because we feel that that's something, or we feel that we're part of the Jewish people, so to be able to now look back and or our kids, right? Our kids can be able to say, wow, we thank our our great grandparents for going through this process, because now we have a Jewish life now. So it's beautiful.
Mhm.
What's up from Israel? Your older daughter looks like my friend's daughter, who are Yemenite Jews.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, that's why we can't wait to get around uh, a whole bunch of different types of Jews, just to kind of just the vibe, just to see different cultures. And
That's why I want to go to the land,
I know.
right? Like we can't wait. Yeah. And between me and Ladero, we're both like mixed with so much stuff. So our kids, people are like, they look like this, they look like that.
Yeah. Much love from France. Wow.
Thank you for
France.
tuning
Thank
in
you.
from France. What time is it there?
uh,
I don't know.
I've been to France too. It was fun.
Wait, you've been to France?
Yeah. I was in Nice. I was in
Oh.
Cannes, and I went to Saint Tropez.
Wait, did I know that?
You knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did.
We had a beautiful time. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
I should have known that. We were married.
I think that's the south of France. Yeah.
That was when you were touring Europe. Yeah.
Amani, what tips do you have for studying during your conversion and soaking up all the information that you need? I'm simultaneously studying for conversion and a full-time college student. Whew.
Yeah, because she's 19.
Man, first of all, let me just I wish I can put some claps on the screen.
Yeah, that's big.
Because that is a big undertaking, right? Studying everything that's required of you to learn during your process, but also school.
Yeah, because we have um, a family, and the mother, she's converting. They're all converting, the whole family, but she's in school and she's in the process, and she has kids, and she's a wife. It's like she's doing it all too. So I really applaud people who are just putting on so much. But yeah, I mean, when you get that's the syllabus part of your conversion, it's like you try to you're doing both, right, simultaneously, and you're doing your schoolwork, plus you have to study for the things that you have to study for through the process.
Yeah. So what I would say, the tips for studying during your conversion and soaking up all the information, I would say,
don't get overwhelmed.
Exactly. I would say don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say actually ties into that, would be to do a little at a time.
Yeah.
Because when you look at your syllabus, right, it can be very, very overwhelming. And so the best thing to do is to say, you know what, let me figure out let me figure out how to kind of break these things down into like small bite-sized things, right? Maybe this week I'm going to learn Shabbat. This week I'm going to learn laws of the blessings, the brachas, and so just you do it a little bit every day. And this is something that I've been telling myself, is that I've actually learned this from Rabbi Nachman. Rabbi Nachman said that that a little is also good. A little is good. Yeah. And that simple line, it helps me a great deal. A little is good, because I'm the type of person where I want to do everything all at once. I want to read this. I want to do this. I want to spend 24 hours studying and learning, right? And with my life, that's not possible, right?
And that's opposite of who I am, because I can get overwhelmed when it's so much, and it's like I already have so much to do.
Yeah.
So taking that principle of just a little bit at a time, it keeps your mind at peace and at ease.
That's right. So one day at a time, and then review. How do you retain and soak it up? We just got to keep going back, right? I've been spending maybe the past week learning about the laws of muksa, or the different categories of muksa. So when I go over it, a couple of times, or I'll go back because I have to, I need to understand or grasp a particular concept. I'm like, I got this now. I can explain it. Like when you can explain it to someone, like I'll explain certain things to my wife, or I'll explain something to my kids, right? I'm like, that's how you know that it's in you, right? So maybe just kind of talking about it. Like if you don't have anybody to talk to, maybe you're just kind of saying it out loud, talking to yourself, kind of thing, So, right. Or I mean, instead of you talking to yourself, just kind of put it in your mind that you're talking to Hashem, you know, and that's now you're having intentional prayer, personal time with Hashem. Man, you just talking to him. He's the best listener anyway. Okay. Are you still in Detroit? We are moving back there in August. We want you as Shabbos guest. Oh man, that would be so cool.
Wow, that would be so awesome.
But no, we're not. We are in California.
Yeah,
We're actually trying to get back there to visit our family because it's been a long time.
yeah, it's been a long time.
But thank you. We would love to be. And I don't know. Maybe we'll reach out.
What part of like where are you in Michigan? Are
Yeah,
you in Detroit? Are you
yeah.
like the
Let
outskirts?
us
We
know
would
that
love to
because
know.
maybe we can connect once we get there.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
because my family lives in like near West Bloomfield, Troy, Rochester area, and I know
Uh,
there's communities over there.
Converse are returning souls that got killed off in slavery. Some souls are stuck in Gentile bodies to straighten up the soul before conversion. Right? It's a very, very interesting concept. You know, very, very deep stuff. Thanks, Mark. Hey, what's up, A?
Hey,
A's been with us for a while
yes, we
too.
see A all the time.
Shavuoto,
Shavuot.
Shavuoto. Great question. Can totally identify. Yep.
Wow.
Well,
That's what's so good connecting is that you can hear other people's like questions and them sharing certain things, and it's awesome to connect.
Mark Boyd said, "Do you feel a lot of racism being that only 20% are religious?" No. I mean, for us personally, we don't really deal with racism like that.
Yeah. I think, yeah, because we get this question a lot. That's why we're very fortunate. We haven't dealt with it. I know maybe some people have, which is unfortunate, but we don't, And I think for Ladero and I, like our mindset is that we're not big on the color. Yes, we understand we're African Americans, but we're not focused on just that. We're focused on let's be one nation. Like we're all one, right?
Yeah.
And I think that keeps our mind at peace and not overthinking things or overlooking things. And also, just to be honest with you guys, like we do have, different races in our family. Like my mom is Ukrainian and Irish French. So who am I to look at color as like, okay, I'm mixed. Like, so it's, for me, it's not a thing of like ever color for me. So,
Yeah. Okay. Let's I'm just kind of go through some of these. You're welcome. Boom, New York.
New York.
Shout out to New York.
We had a great time
did,
in New
man.
York. We were cold, but you know what? It was funny because that cold was so warm to New Yorkers. They were at 45 and no snow.
I know.
Everybody was pretty happy, and here we are, super bundled up, freezing.
I know. Yeah, but we can't wait to go back to New York again and really, really spend some time. Maybe we, because we have a lot of our viewers, a lot of our online community is from New York.
So we want to do a meetup.
So maybe we do like a meetup or something like that. So reach out to us, maybe hit us up on like via email or something, or Instagram. You know what? YouTube needs some type of like message system. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be really cool.
I feel like YouTube needs something like that. But reach out to us via email or or Instagram, and I mean we don't know next time we'll be in New York, but we're just saying, maybe we could try to do something.
Yeah.
Shout out to Florida. We gotta go to Florida too. We heard Florida's Jewish community is like popping.
I've never even been to Florida, so I would love to go. Of course, my husband has. Everybody, he's been everywhere.
I've been to Florida.
I know.
Yes, we love Detroit. Yeah, we got to get back there. You should come visit. We have amazing. South Florida. I hear that Florida's community is popping, so we would love to.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. The Rambam. It says a poor person will cling to Hashem while the rich is very hard to come back to Judaism. Yeah.
Heard that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely heard that. A lot of times, people with a lot of money, they're wealthy. A lot of times people are attached to that wealth, which makes it very, very, very hard to be able to connect to spiritual things. So good point, Mark.
But it's always beautiful to see a spiritual person who has money, who give, because we have many Jewish friends who are wealthy, who are some of the biggest givers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hugest.
We only have wealth to give.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have.
That's Jaden. He's leaving.
Oh, oh, he's coming out. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, our son is getting ready to
Yeah.
go
He's
hang
getting ready
out.
to go hang out with some of his friends.
Um, but yeah, we only have money to be able to give, right? The reason that someone lacks, right? The reason that someone lacks, or maybe you meet someone that is, that may be poor, and Hashem arranged that Hashem arranged that so that person with the lack can meet you, the person that has more, to be able to give, right? So that lack was actually for your benefit or your opportunity to be able to help him, right? So God gave you the money, gave you the resources to be able to help fill a particular need in that person's life. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we have Queens, New York. Yeah, we got to get there.
Yes.
Chabad is local to you, nothing from there. Okay, cool. Can you please save me a place near you in heaven? I see you. And brother, how like it. Listen. um, listen, we all, number one, we're all on a journey,
Yeah.
right? And and we, and according to Chazal, the stages, right? All Jews have a place in Gan Eden, right? In the world to come,
Mm-hmm.
right? And everybody has these feelings, right? These things that you say, like, I'm embarrassed of how lacking I am of being a Jew. Listen, we all have these.
We're all like we're not perfect. None of us are.
Show me a perfect Jew.
Please. And that's why we shouldn't be judging each other at all. Like we have no room to be even doing that because none of us are perfect. We're all growing. We all have our mistakes and challenges and things that we face. So it's that's to me, when I look at Judaism, that's what it should be all about, is that we are loving and embracing our brothers and sisters, that
That's
we
right.
are helping each other, we're building each other up, not putting them down for the lack of what we're doing,
Right.
but seeing the good in them. What are they doing? That's good. That's what Ladero and I, we focus on in every single Jew, is what is good that they're doing. It's so easy to pinpoint the negative or the bad, and that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
We just want to focus on the good of every individual.
That's right. And guess what? No matter how like you messed up or you feel that you have these lackings, guess what?
Teshuva.
You're still a Jew.
And you can always do teshuva.
And you can always do teshuva. Rabbi Nachman teaches something very, very beautiful. So for those who may know, like we are followers of Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. Rabbi Nachman's teachings is totally changed and revolutionized our life. And he has this concept, this teaching of a zamra, and this concept is all about finding the good points within yourself, and it's life changing. This has been it's been a very, very tough week for our family. We've had some challenges this week, and it's been, I was having these challenges of davening, right? Or meaning praying and things like that. And one thing that Rabbi Nachman really like stands on is this concept of heat bodedut. And heat bodedut is basically personal prayer, secluded prayer. And you're talking to the creative universe in your own words, and for an hour a day. And this is something that I've adopted into my life, is like since like the end of February. Actually, Rabbi Kalmus, he came to stay with us, and I seen him do this, and he was consistent when he was talking. He was talking about how powerful it was and how life changing it was. And so when he left, I adopted it, and it's been life changing. And then now it's the highlight of my day. I can't wait to be able to have this hour when I take my kids to school. I come back. My wife already knows, right? I'm going to either walk to the park, or I'm going to sit in my car. I got personal time, and I pour out my heart, and I cry, and I laugh, and I talk to God like He's my best friend, and he is, right. He's the best listener, and He wants to hear from us. But why am I saying this? Because what I wanted to make sure that I was doing during this pretty challenging part of my life was finding the good points. Finding the good points. I was focused on good things that I did, good qualities that I have about myself, and I kept thinking about these things. I kept saying it over and over again. And guess what happened? The weight that was on me, it started to lift, and I was able to find joy and happiness. Right. And so why am I sharing this? Because, you talk about, you're embarrassed and of how you feel that you're lacking it, with being a Jew. Right. Continue to like start there. Find those good points within yourself. Right. Because how we view ourselves also determines the how we perceive other people as well.
And our
Right.
relationship with Hashem too. Hmm.
Absolutely, right? So if we beautifully said, so if we have this very, very negative view about ourselves, then what are we going to be thinking about the creative universe? He's very judgy, right? He's mad at me. He's angry at me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So Rabbi Nachman teaches never, ever, ever, ever fall into despair. All you got to do is do some teshuva, boom, find those good points, and you're back in the flow. Get up every single time, right? Guess what? Start again. Start again. You fall down, start over, start over, start over. And another thing Rabbi Nachman says, I know we've been saying on this for a while, but I think it's very important, is a lot of times when we're on this spiritual journey to be able to get closer and closer and closer to God, then we're going to experience different obstacles. And these obstacles are only there to draw us closer.
Yeah.
Why? Because even in those very far distant places, guess what? God is still there. When we feel that we're disconnected, guess what? He's there in our disconnection. He's still there,
Yeah.
right? And so what do? You just start afresh and start new. Hope that helps.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to be able to try to get through as many questions as possible. You guys got incredible questions. Do your children have to go through the process?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
It's not so much focused on our little ones, but our older two. They are the main focus of this process as well.
Yeah. What are you going to name your new baby? You will know when the baby is born. No, we're keeping it to ourselves, and once the baby is born, we will share. How does one think like a Jew? Good question. Um, very simply, spending time in Torah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Simple.
I've heard something very beautiful. When we talk to God, yeah. So there's one thing to talk to God, right? That's us communicating to Him. When we read His Torah, that's Him communicating with us.
Hmm. Yeah.
Right. And so that's the best way is making sure that we fill our mind, fill our minds with Torah, and we spending time in prayer, 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 Torah, and prayer, Torah, and prayer. And then outside of that, you want to make sure that you also spend time with other Jews, right? And so maybe if you're wanting to really really connect to the Torah, and you want to be close and closer, you want to spend time with people who are doing that,
Hmm.
right? Because I think
Right.
that's going to help,
Yeah.
right? Read the words of the sages, right? Read things like Pirkei Avos, right? The ethics of the fathers, right? Read things like that. You get an idea
Hmm.
of how these incredible people think. So that's a phenomenal question.
This did come in handy.
What's that?
This
I
table.
know, I know. You get to go through the conversion process. Yeah, so maybe you're saying it's a privilege. Like we get to do it, right? We get to go through this process, right? It's
Yeah.
not it's not like this task, right? It's a privilege. We get
It's
to.
definitely a privilege. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Left Detroit. We out of there.
Yeah, we had to get out the cold.
uh, why did you convert to something that is yours? I don't really understand that question. I kind of do. I know where it's coming from. Uh, listen. So I'll answer it like this. Regardless if we feel that
Something is ours or not.
yeah. So like yes, we felt the connection to the Jewish people. Um, and we feel that we did have some ancestors who were Jews, but we don't know how to find them, right? And so my grandmother, her mother, was are not Jews. So That means that when I came into the world, I wasn't born Jewish because your Jewishness comes through the mother. My parents aren't Jewish, so that means that if I wanted to connect back to the Jewish people, I needed to convert. That's it, right? So the thing is is learning. We had to make sure that we learned Jewish law. What does that mean? Not just studying the 5 books of Moses, not just studying the Tanakh, right? The writings and the prophets as well. Not just studying that, right? So when God gave the Torah to the Jewish people via Mount Sinai, he gave the written Torah as well as the explanation of those laws as well. So there's a written component, and then there's an oral component that explains all the details on how to keep the Torah. You can't keep Shabbat without the oral component of the Torah. You cannot, right? And so with that being, my reason for saying that is that within that oral component, it explains what it starts to explain a lot of these different things.
Yeah. So we couldn't just claim that we were a Jew,
Yeah,
basically.
that's it. What if I wasn't raised in religion and you converted? It doesn't matter.
That's probably even better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
To be
might be
honest.
a plus for somebody. So like if a lot of and we say that because a lot of
We have a lot
times,
of unlearning to do, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
a lot of times, religion can really really make our minds cloudy,
mhm.
can create a lot of confusion, which can create stumbling blocks.
And again, we want you guys to know, like, we have a lot of family who are Christians. We do have Christians that are who are part of our community on here, and we're never bashing like Christians or other religions. We're just speaking from a standpoint from our experience and where we're coming from. So it's never a bashing thing because we have love and respect for our family who are still Christians
Right,
and believe in what they believe in.
right. So I just kind of scrolled down. We got a lot of questions, so
Okay.
we'll spend about what 15 about another 15 minutes. And so
Yeah, because so we probably need to end. The questions need to probably stop coming.
yeah, no, they're gonna keep coming, and it's okay. We'll do another one, and so if we don't get to your
Yeah, we'll do
question,
a part two.
then we'll do another one. So let me see. Uh, uh, uh,
See if there's something that we haven't answered.
Yeah.
That's what we can do.
Okay. Right. So this is a good point
Okay.
here. Right. The Jewish people don't come up with names after birth. We also don't do gender reveal parties.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wild kids. God bless you for
Thank you.
sure. Run DMC is kosher. Okay. Okay. If you have a boy, will you go through the process, have a bris for the baby? We'll see. We have to talk to our rabbi. Um, will you go through the process to have a bris for the baby, right? So
Yeah. So
a
if you,
circumcision.
yeah. So
Um,
yeah, if you have a boy, and
yeah,
yeah, I mean, that would be automatic
yeah.
for
So
sure.
if we convert and that was the case, then yeah, we would definitely have a circumcision for sure. Beside the Torah, you learn about Jewish history and the founded in Israel. Yeah, we learn about all that stuff.
Hmm.
We learn about all that stuff. Let's see. What do you call yourselves, Jewish or Israelites? Right. So right now we're not Jewish. So once we convert, we will be we will be Jews,
Hmm.
right? And so so we realized that it first started with being a Hebrew. Then once they were I believe once they were down in Egypt, they were the Israelite nation, and then sometime after that they became the Jewish people. So the way I like to say it is that it's all the same thing.
Right. It is.
You know what I mean? It's all the same thing, but it also depends on how a person is holding as well. Because um, yeah. So some people who here's the thing. Orthodox Jews don't call themselves Israelites or don't call themselves Hebrews, right? And so since we'll be converting as Orthodox Jews. We will follow with our community. Our rabbi, he refers to our community. He refers to the Jewish people as the Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we'll do as well.
Yeah.
God bless you on your journey. Has there been times where the frustration with the conversion process was too much to bear? No, there's never been anything like that hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's where we couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
We just take it one day at a time and understand that this is our journey and these are the cars that the Hashem has dealt to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have your ups and downs emotionally, but it's not a point of like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like, no, never anything like that.
Let's see. I'm gonna go here. I think that's a. Do you guys agree on female rabbis? According to Orthodox Judaism, Orthodox Judaism does not accept,
Female rabbis.
rabbis being female. I don't know all of the halacha, right? The Jewish law around that, but from our experience so far, we have not seen female rabbis within the Orthodox community. So thanks for asking. Can you find the same teaching within the Israelite community? No, we can't.
And we've been and seen a part of that community, and we haven't found that.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, my love. My aunt. This is my aunt.
Aunt Yvonne,
We
we
love
love
you.
you so much.
We love you.
So much.
Thank you for watching.
She is amazing.
She's incredible. She's the best. Thank you, Yaakov. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's see. What did Rebbe say about your tattoos? Well,
he said you were a different person before.
Different person before, and when you become Jewish, don't get anymore. Yeah, nobody judged us, right? There's a whole bunch of people, right? There's I know born Jews
that have
that has tattoos, meaning right they returned back to keeping the Torah, right? Baal Shuvas, right? And so
and they just stopped getting more,
and they just stopped getting them. You know what I mean?
But one thing I could, it's beautiful because we went into a Judaic store and you can tell that they were just so loving because my husband was trying on something and he took off his jacket and the worker that was in there, the guy, he goes, man, he's like, you're muscular, right? He didn't mention his tattoos, which was that it was love and respect in that. He could have just been like, wow, that's a lot of tattoos you got there, right? It was so loving. And he
could he could have easily
made him feel uncomfortable,
made me feel bad. It's like, hey, now as a Jew, we ain't supposed to have tattoos, right? Come on now, we need to get away from that.
That was our before life.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm so glad I was able to tune into you guys today and ask some questions. I feel so much better about everything. Please continue. Thank you. I'm so glad that you came by. Thank you. You added a lot to our live today by your incredible by your incredible questions.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And Melissa, to be honest with you, this is why we're doing what we're doing. This is why we put ourselves out there. This is why we get a lot of bash messages and just other things. We're willing to go through all of that to be able to have a community and help people like yourself.
Okay. You are an Israelite, not Jewish.
That's your opinion.
Awesome.
Totally appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks. Let me see. So listen, everybody, people are free to comment however you like, but as long as it's just respectful.
Yeah, we just ask to be respectful if you're going to come on our lives. If not, you can just excuse yourself. Because that's what we just want. This is not to be debating and going through all of that. This is our journey, our situation, and that's not what we're on here for.
Yeah. Let's see. Boom.
Yeah. Did you read that one?
Which one?
About the tattoo. What is that? What do you?
I'll go back. When do you think you finally be accepted to be a part of Jewish people? I don't know. Soon. We got another meeting with the Beit Din. Very, very soon. So we'll have a better idea on where everything is. Yeah. I missed one, babe. Oh, tattoos here.
Yeah.
Tattoos are marks of a returnee of where they have been and to the height they have attained to now. Hey, I ain't even gonna say nothing else on that. Beautifully said.
Beautiful.
Beautifully
Thank you,
said.
Yaakov.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, Mark. Oh wait, no, he's been on here. He's been answered.
Yeah, he's on there. Shalom from Jacob in North London. Wow. I follow the teaching and the writings of the late Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs, a blessed memory. May his soul have an aliyah. In turn, a great supporter of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Bless. Absolutely, absolutely. We also love the teachings of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. For those that don't know that, what was, I believe, the last rabbi of the Chabad of the Chabad movement. Which has been making a humongous impact in the world. We have a whole bunch of friends who, who follow the teaching of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. So it's beautiful. What he's done, what the Chabad community has done for the world. So much respect for them. So much respect. I love them. Boom. Okay, what a beautiful story you both had. When did you leave Detroit? Yes, you look Ethiopian.
Yeah, it's going. Hasn't it been 11 years? It's been 11 years.
Something like that.
11 years.
I think
now
I lost
since
count.
11 years since we left Detroit.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, my husband says I look Ethiopian too, but I really.
It's like when we're all together, like when we're all our families together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. There was a little something that came in. Wow, look at all these messages, babe.
Oh wow.
Well, thank you, Malky. We just wanted to highlight that. Thank you for your donation. We appreciate it.
It helps a whole lot. Thank you. We appreciate it because it goes right back into our content and what we're doing.
Absolutely. So thank you so much.
See the upgrades we got going.
Yeah. So let me go back. Oh man, I don't know where. I thought it was highlighted. Okay, well, I'm just gonna kind of skip around.
I'll tell you. I think you were still up. Maybe.
Let me just try. Let me see there. What your relatives say that you're trying to become part of the Jewish nation? Do they mention JC to you that you need to forget commandments or just believe and have faith? Good question, right? I'm glad we found that one.
Yeah, it's a good question.
So at first, it was very, very, very tough for a lot of my family personally to accept that I wanted to be on this journey. Eventually, as we've had conversations and they knew that this is something we're very serious about, very passionate about, and it was all good. And no, none of my family members, have tried to get me to go back over to the Christian faith. They've totally accepted it, and they're strong. They're very, very strong, devout Christians. Love them so much, but they don't judge us or anything like that. They don't talk bad about us, and so it's been all love.
Yeah, and on my side of the family has been nothing but love. Yeah. I mean, I think the thing is that we haven't really seen our family in person in a long time, so that's another thing. But as far as like right now, like what we're dealing with is nothing but love. Like my mom, she actually married a conservative Jew, and she's been working with a lot of Jews, so she understands the holidays and traditions, and that's really helped. With her understanding, like she sends me like the holiday cards of different, like Hanukkah, she sent us that, and we respect it so much, and my family respects our decisions.
Yeah,
she's not married anymore to the Jew.
All right, so I just let me see. Oh, so Yaakov, I saw somewhere they're in Oak Park.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I could have guessed that. I wish I would have said, "Are you in Oak Park?" Because that Oak Park has a huge community.
Shout out to Israel. Love you back from Israel.
Yeah,
I love it.
We love Israel. Can't wait to go.
How do Jews pray? Hey, Ruby, that's our friend
Ruby.
too. How do Jews pray? Basically, how is it different from how Christians pray? Okay, let me see. How can I really sum it up very simply with a couple minutes left?
Yeah, we went longer than we thought.
We did.
But we love our community.
Yeah, we were only planning to go for about an hour.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half. So, how do Jews pray? Well, I mean, I would say the first principle, right, is only praying to the God of Israel, right? So that's how it would be different, because within Christianity teaches something different, where there's a mediator, meaning there's, you have to pray to Jesus first, and right, and that is how they would, I guess, get their prayers to God. So understanding that praying to anybody else or anything else, it goes against the Torah. And so that is, I mean, that's the main identifying factor there. As far as details and little intricacies, I mean, maybe we'll do a video on that. I think it'll take a little bit more than doing a live.
Yeah, we could.
So thank you for that. We'll put that in a video somewhere. But basically, how is it different from how Christians pray? Again, Christians pray to a human being who they believe um that is God himself, and Jews don't believe that God was a man, right? So that is, yeah, that's it. A very nourishing session with you both. The YouTube channel is a blessing. Best wishes from a Black British convert to Judaism from the UK. Much love. Thanks, James. Hope to meet you someday.
It would be nice to go to the UK, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to travel.
Probably at the end. Hey Emma, hope you all is well. We've been having a good time. Thank you for popping in toward the end. All has been great. All right, couple more. Got a couple seconds.
Let's see.
This is very kind.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love fashion, and I love it even more in a modest way. So it's fun.
Yeah, I think she's pretty fly.
Oh,
Thank you for how you influence Jews who are lost in the secular world. Hey, we just want to be we just want to be on the team. We're all one big family, and we should be encouraging each other. And how do we get back on track? How do we connect with the creative universe? That's all. That's all we want to do.
yeah.
I don't know if you know how much I love and enjoy your beautiful family and spreading. One day soon, hope we can meet in Jerusalem and bond over a
Yes.
falafel. I would
Oh,
love a falafel from Israel.
I would love authentic.
Mitch, I want to take you up on that offer when we get there. So uh, beautiful, beautiful. Let me go down
Yeah.
just to the end really quick.
Oh, will we ever do meet and greets? Somebody said,
Yeah,
will we ever do
absolutely.
meet and greets for?
I got to answer this one, right? So, what's your favorite Torah in Likutei Moharan? So Likutei Moharan is basically Rabbi Nachman's like magnum opus, right? This was it, right? So favorite Torah, I would say a Zamra would be one, but I just found lesson number 260 yesterday about accepting insults with love. And so his Torah, his teaching on that is absolutely incredible. It's very, very deep, very,
Oh, it's
very,
very deep.
very, very heavy and meaty, so yeah, so
because you know taking insults that way, it's like, ooh,
yeah, and we get we get insults
we just did.
every day,
Yeah, we just
so
did.
so
This
we're working on
past.
that.
Yeah.
Are you guys Hasidim? Yes. Yeah, I mean, we follow the teaching of Rabbi Nachman. So when we convert, we would be considered a Hasidic family. And so more on that to come. We're gonna once we convert, we have a lot of different really cool ideas that we're gonna be talking about. On our journey. So yes, we would be considered.
Did you see? That's a good question up top. It said, "Would you guys ever do meet and greets for your fans?"
Yeah. We've
Well,
never
we
really
don't
thought
think
about
of
it
you
like
guys
that.
as fans. Like we think of you as family.
Just
Like
fam,
yeah,
man.
we don't. For some reason, the word fans, we don't. We're just all family. Yes. Um, yeah, me and Ladera we're getting asked, just recently to do speaking engagements
Oh
now.
yeah, that's been beautiful.
So yeah, we got some speaking engagements booked already, And so it looks like traveling will be in our near future, going
Yeah.
certain places. It's only been in the States so far, or we have a couple of online ones that we're going to be doing actually in May. So yeah, that's things that we are looking forward to.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, I'll take this time to promote May 2nd. Stay tuned. It's a so there's like an online conference, a little speaking, like a speaking conference, a streaming thingy. It's thingy. That's not even. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, Danielle and I, we've been asked to speak at this event. It's called the Infinity Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll make sure that we post it on our YouTube community as well. Just tune in. We're gonna share. We're gonna share some really cool ideas,
It's on
and
our Instagram.
it's gonna be great.
We need to post on here.
Absolutely. So yeah, Breast Love Chassidim. What is this message right here? A Strymel. I'm not sure. I can't say. I can't say that I won't wear a Strymel. You know what I mean? I can't say, right? What is a Strymel? That's like the big furry hats, right? So my boy Nissim Black, he's actually a breast lover chassid as well. He rocks a Strymel. He rocks it very, very fly, very nice as well. So
I guess we can never say never.
We can never say never, and it also depends on the community that you're in as well. So nobody in my community wears a Strymel. So I as long as I'm here, I probably wouldn't wear a Strymel. Because I don't want to stand out like that. But yeah,
there's nothing wrong if you chose to do it, even in our community.
Yeah. Nachman, Rabbi Nachman, Nachman. You're very, very welcome. We have been so encouraged by all of your messages, just your love, your support. I mean, the number is still like 80 people on here, which is crazy. So I mean, thank you guys so much.
On here too. Wow.
Scotland?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
From Scotland.
Incredible.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, it's incredible. You guys' love and you guys' support is just it means everything to us. And we're so sorry about not being able to get to all of the messages. If we did, we'll be on here for another hour and a half. So we want to, we want to be able to. So if you did ask some questions, please maybe hold them, maybe write them down in your notes app on your phone, and then save it for the next one, and then we'll do it again. So again, thank you guys again for your donations. Thank you for
that means so much to us. Thank you.
It's everything. And also don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and all that good stuff.
Because if you subscribe, you'll always stay tuned to what's happening when we're doing lives and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that's a wrap. We covered everything. So we love you guys so much. We will be sure to post this video on our channel as well. And that way, for those who did not watch, and you will be watching on the playback.
And also to add, we always love when people comment on like videos that they would like us to do. That helps us a lot as well with content, to come up with what's needed. What do people want to hear? What does our community want to hear? So
absolutely. So thank you guys so much for your love. And we will go ahead and end this incredible live. See you guys on the next one. Love you very, very much. More videos coming soon.